glad you're watching the show this Wednesday, everybody. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. And joining me now from the Children's Justice Center is Suzanne Mitchell and local author Yoshi Shiraki. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You too. I just said, how long has this book, My Body is Just for Me, been out now?
So it's been out for 14 years. I can't believe it because we published it when my niece was 2 and she's now 16. So
I see it everywhere, and that's a good thing. What is the book about, and why did you decide to write it?
Yes, so it was actually my mother's idea. We wanted to start educating my niece, my very first niece, on the prevention of sexual abuse. Such a tricky topic no one wants to talk about. We actually went to Barnes & Noble's to buy the book, but no book existed back then. So my mom says, well, let's just write it. We stapled it. And then what happened is my mom's friends started seeing it and going, this needs to be for every kid, Eva, not just your niece. And so we seeked out the help of Richard Paul Evans, and the rest is history. We got it published.
What's the reaction from it? What do you hear?
You know, thankfully, it's been actually really good. People have called us and thanked us. We've actually had wonderful emails coming in saying, what a great way to break the ice on such a tricky topic nobody wants to talk about. And for me, I just really think how important it is to talk about the prevention. We don't want to talk about the rehabilitation, right? That means it's already happened. I want to talk about the prevention, the awareness, so that hopefully it doesn't happen.
For our viewers watching, what age is this appropriate for?
3 and up is what we made it for.
And 3 years old. Like, that little is a time to start that conversation. Suzanne, is that true? Should you, even when they're toddlers, bring this up because kids need to know what this is about?
It really is helpful to have that kind of communication in the family, that you can talk about any subject is not off limits. It's really helpful to have a tool that helps you to do that, because we're not really prepared to have these conversations. We're not sure how to put it in the context for a child. But this really helps because children don't know what to expect when they're in an opportunity where somebody might exploit them. And this helps them be aware of red flags, or just to know to speak up.
What should they do? If they don't know, is this right? Is this wrong? Who do I tell? Where do kids turn?
And that's typically what does happen is children are not prepared for something like this to happen in their life. They don't have a context for it. They may wait months or years before they tell someone. They may blame themselves. They may feel really bad about themselves. It can affect their self-esteem, their school. It can affect their future about how they see what their capacity is. And it's really important that we create a community where it's safe for children to speak up about this. It's okay to talk about it, and that we react in a way that makes it easy for them to speak up about it. So tell someone you trust, and then the adults need to report it to the authorities.
Yeah, that's my question. If you are told by a child, what should you do? It's so interesting to me that there wasn't a resource like this out just under 2 decades ago, right? When we were all growing up.
Yeah.
If you're told that, what should the adult do?
Well, there is a child abuse reporting hotline, which is really important to call. And by law, people who have received information that a child's been abused are obligated to report. And then that information is shared with law enforcement, and then it is coordinated with the Children's Justice Center on the serious cases of child sexual abuse, serious physical abuse, and other forms of serious abuse to children, which are a crime.
What helps children best recover from something like that?
First of all, people need to listen to them and let them say it in their own words, and not throw questions at them. Don't overwhelm them. Don't have an emotional reaction. In that moment, when they tell someone, they're trusting you with that information. So they need to know you're not going to judge them, you still love them, and it's not their fault.
Let everyone know what you do at the Children's Justice Center, why that's important to have in our community.
It is. It's a very special program. It's a part of the district attorney's office, and there are Children's Justice Centers all over the state of Utah, funded by the Attorney General's office and federal grants, and we're all accredited by the National Children's Alliance. But we exist for the best interest of the child. The case may be looked at by Child Protective Services and by law enforcement, but our role is to coordinate all of that so it's done in a way in the best interest of the child, so that they can proceed through the process without being overwhelmed. And it's remarkable that kids feel better once they've relieved this burden and they know someone is going to make it better going forward.
I can't fathom holding on to that. I can't even fathom what you go through. The resources that we're talking about, everybody, are going to be on our website, abc4.com/GTU. So important to have all that information, also about the Children's Justice Center. And where can you get the book?
protectourangels.com.
That's also on our website. Thanks, you two.
Thank
A
you.
Very important discussion. Up next, 4 ways to help you with that mom guilt. We'll be right back.